Hey guys, Joe Tunney at Infiniti of Kirkland taking a look at one of my favorite cars on the road today, this 2008 Infiniti G37 6-speed coupe. Having owned two of these, I can definitely attest to the performance, the handling, and the good-looking nature of the G37 coupe, but let me tell you something, it's one of the smartest buys you'll ever make, especially if you get the right one, especially in black and black, and most especially with a 6-speed manual transmission. Why do I enjoy owning them? The number one reason is resale value. It's a car that I can buy and feel confident that when it's my turn to sell it, I'm only going to lose just a little bit of money. Now, some cars catch your eye and they feel dynamite to own or to make payments on or to do whatever you're doing, but then a year later, 2 years later, your situation changes, you want to get something new, and you realize you just got murdered on that car and you are way, way, way upside down on your trade-in. That is not going to be the case on an Infiniti G37, especially in a black-on-black 6-speed two-door, especially one this well equipped. And so Infinitis, as a rule, have amazing resale value. It just gets better as the car gets rarer, and this is about the rarest of the Infiniti lineup, and that 6-speed is a complete game changer as far as the performance of the vehicle. Now, this particular car has the nice smoked out headlights, blacked out finish, but still retains that chrome emblem that gives it a distinctive front end look. And then of course these DG wheels look fantastic. Come on around, let's take a look inside. Now, all 6 speeds are Type S's, but all Type S's are not 6 speeds. And so when you get a Type S, you get a different interior altogether. Perforated leather with big side bolsters with these nice leg extensions right here. So you can get a little bit more comfortable on those long drives. And of course, their power seats, dual power seats, has a great Bose stereo system. It has navigation, rear view camera, and then that incredible 6-speed transmission that just is electrifying the way that it changes the performance of this car. Automatics are nice, they're fast, they do a lot of things well. It's a completely different car with a 6-speed manual transmission. Let's take a look around. Spoilers are actually hard to find from the factory, and a lot of times if you find a spoiler, be careful. Make sure that the third brake light is integrated with the spoiler, because if it's a spoiler that's added after the fact, then what happens is your third brake light is still inside the car and the spoiler will block the view and you'll get pulled over and get tickets and have to make some modifications to your car. Also, spoilers that are put on after the fact often require drilling, and then you can have concerns about water leaking, especially water leaking into where the electronics are in the tail light assembly and in the third brake light assembly as well. Everything looks great on this car. Looks great on the outside, and it looks great on the inside. Let's take a look inside. Some of the measurables that you're going to need to get familiar with when you're looking at G37, especially G37 coupes, it really boils down to 3 things. Major service, tires, and brakes. Why? Because they're things that are often overlooked and they're all pretty expensive. These coupes have very, very high performance brakes, which is great unless you have to replace them, and then they're more expensive than other brakes. Tires. These have offset tires. Now, offset tires change the performance characteristics of a vehicle. When you have big tires in the back, small tires in the front, or smaller at least, it forces the car to go in the line that the steering wheel is pointing in. So that's great for handling. Unfortunately, you can't buy tires in sets of 4. You have to buy them in 2 sets of 2. Finding matching pairs can be a challenge, and they tend to be very expensive compared to other kinds of tires. And of course, they're high performance tires to boot. The other one is the major service, and so we understand that a major service at an Infiniti dealer can be expensive, $1,000, $1,200, depending on the service. So a lot of people like to get their cars serviced privately, or they just avoid it altogether. Now, as a rule at Infiniti of Kirkland, if we do not have a receipt for the major service, in this case it would be the 60K service, from an Infiniti dealer, even if it's done at a trusted location, if it's not an Infiniti dealer, we won't accept it. So when we take in a car like this, yeah, it's a great car. Yeah, he bought a nice new Infiniti. I'm sure he did all the services very, very well. But we don't have the receipt for that one. You know that we've just done it. And so the 60K, the major service, has just been done here. So that changes a little bit of the landscape for your future service. That next service at 90K wouldn't be due until 90 or 30,000 miles away from the previous 30K, or in this case, 60K service. We measure tires, and we also measure brakes out of a scale of 1 to 10. Why? Because new brakes tend to be about 10 millimeters of pad remaining on the brake pad. Tires tend to be 10/32 of an inch. That's how much tread depth. And you've heard the rule about the using a Lincoln penny, and you stick Lincoln's head in there. That tends to be right around 2/32 of an inch. If it gets to the top of Lincoln's head, that means you only have 2/32 of an inch of tread left, and it's time to replace the tires. 10 being new, 2 being time to replace. Now these tires all the way around are 9/32, so the tires are essentially brand new all the way around. Tires on a car like this, again, can be about $1,000. That's an expense you're not going to be thinking about. Brakes all the way around on this car are 8 millimeters left. 80% of the brake life is still remaining on these brakes. So we know that the car's been very, very well serviced. It's a great trade-in, but this one's definitely a cut above, especially having that 60K service just done. A lot of times also you'll see unusual tread wear in the back. Well, of course you're going to see unusual tread wear in the back. Why? It's a 6-speed manual, and not a lot of people know how to drive a 6-speed manual the way it's intended to be driven, and so they tend to really kind of want to burn out or put a lot of pressure on those back tires. Other people know how to drive a 6-speed quite well, and they enjoy that ability by taking turns dramatically fast or drifting or doing the kinds of things here. Honestly, it's the real world of this kind of car. If you want to pretend to yourself that somebody's going to buy a high-end exotic sports car and not drive it like a high-end exotic sports car, everybody's going to tell you their car's been pampered. But be honest with yourself. Why do you buy a car that does everything so amazingly well without trying to benefit from some of those nice characteristics? Navigation, sports seats, excellent condition, service records up to date, and I can attest to this particular owner. This isn't some car we discovered in an auction and dug up from eastern United States, southern United States. This is a gentleman who relocated with his business here to the Seattle area and wanted something that was four-wheel drive. He's a professional businessman. This is his daily commuter. This one's a little bit different than some of the other 6-speeds that you're going to see out there. It's in really, really nice condition. It has a lot of great extras. It's a rare set of variables with the service, the tires, the custom wheels, and what have you. It's never been smoked in, no dogs, no stories, no nothing like that. This is a car you can own for a long, long, long time and enjoy fantastic resale value. And all the while, what do you have? You have one of the most fun cars you'll ever own in your entire life. Seriously. Give me a call if you want to learn more about this car. Again, my name's Joe Tunney at Infiniti of Kirkland. You can reach me anytime, 425-821-1600, or just drop me an email anytime at joet@infinitiofkirkland.com.